Hey there. So, if you have been in research mode wondering what is actually inside a pediatric sleep certification and if it will really prepare you for working with real clients, this is for you. Before we jump in, I am Marley Klaus. I am the owner of the Cradle Coach Academy. I help women become certified pediatric sleep consultants and launch businesses that give them the freedom and passion that they are looking for in their lives. So, let's go ahead and jump on in. Today, we are going to pull the curtain back on one of the biggest questions that I get. What is actually inside your pediatric sleep consultant certification program? Because let's be honest, you have been in research mode. You've been Googling late at night, scrolling through options. You've probably seen me talk a lot about the business side of things and how we're going to prepare you to actually make money in this business. But you might be wondering, okay, but how am I actually going to be a great sleep consultant? How am I going to know how to help people? How am I going to feel confident being able to drive results for the families that I work with? If that is you, this episode is for you. So, I'm going to walk you through what we actually teach inside our sleep curriculum, who you'll be learning from, and how we make sure that you graduate ready to serve clients, not just in theory, but in practice. Our goal is simple. When you graduate, you will feel confident handling sleep cases for newborns all the way through age 7. What makes our program unique is who you learn from, a full faculty of experts, pediatric neurologists, nurse practitioners, NICU nurses, lactation consultants, early childhood educators, and seasoned sleep consultants. These are professionals who have worked with thousands of families in both clinical and private practice. And I want to be clear about our approach. This is a science based, research driven program. We don't do fluffy, feel good advice that ignores evidence. Some programs market themselves as gentle or no cry, but honestly, that is just not realistic. Babies and toddlers cry for a variety of reasons throughout the day that has nothing to do with sleep training. And so it's not realistic for us to tell a family that their baby or toddler is magically not going to cry when we are completely changing the way that they are used to something happening. So our job is to help families understand why their child is crying and what they actually need from them and how they can respond appropriately. Everything that we teach is rooted in the latest research and decades of practice. We follow safe sleep guidelines to the letter and we train our students to do the same. So that means no unsafe bed sharing, no unsafe shortcuts, no outdated fads, just evidence based, safe, effective approaches that families can trust. So now let's walk through what you're actually going to learn inside the sleep curriculum. We start with the foundation. So, this is where we talk all about what a sleep consultant does, what they don't do, the most common sleep techniques, and how to build healthy sleep habits from the very beginning. We want you to feel equipped with a variety of approaches, which is super important because there is no one size fits all method. Families are different. Every family is going to have a little bit of a different perspective from how they want to parent to their child having a completely different temperament from the last child you worked with. And so it's super important that we understand that and that you know how to make the right technique and the right plan for the family that you are working with specifically. Then we dive into the baby and toddler years. We have full modules on the newborn stage, naps, toddler sleep struggles, and emotional development as kids grow. Something that is super important to note here is that toddler sleep and preschooler sleep is very, very different than newborn or infant sleep. And so we want to fully prepare you for being able to handle a wide variety of situations and a wide variety of ages, and really and truly understand how to make a really impactful change with a 7-year-old and a newborn, because again, those are very different situations. So we have specific guidance for each of those scenarios and everything in between. You will learn how to troubleshoot night wakings, nap transitions, bedtime resistance, and those tricky toddler tantrums that happen around sleep. We also cover the family factors that matter. So breastfeeding and how it impacts sleep, nutrition, how to work with multiples, and this is huge, when to recognize medical red flags that might warrant additional specialist intervention, and how to navigate that conversation with the family and how to help them get the help that they need so that they are not continuing to struggle without answers. You will learn specifically how to identify when something like sleep apnea or snoring might signal that a family needs to seek that additional medical attention, And then again, you will know exactly how to guide them towards that right resource and that right next step. And then comes the part that our students love the most, which is our case scenarios and our volunteer process. You will walk through real client situations and practice, and you will be solving them as if they were your own. By the time you finish, you will already have experience applying what you've learned in a real world context, because head knowledge is great, but being able to know how to actually put it into practice is absolutely key. This isn't just textbook learning. You're not going to sit down and passively watch slides and modules. Instead, we use case studies, role plays, and real plan building exercises with genuine and individualized feedback every step of the way. You will actually create sleep plans, present them, and get feedback. And you're not left on your own. Our mentors are guiding you step by step throughout the process. Here's the piece that really sets us apart: volunteer experience. Before you graduate, you are required to work with at least 5 volunteer families, which means you will take everything that you've learned and apply it in real life, but with the safety net of our mentorship and support behind you. So you're not just studying in theory, you are practicing with actual families, with expert eyes helping you every step of the way. So by the time you graduate, you will already know what it looks like to support real families. You will already have 5 testimonials, and you will have the support of these 5 amazing families who are out there shouting out your name and telling everybody they know how incredible you are and why they need to work with you. So what does this mean for you? By the end of our program, you're going to feel confident supporting families through newborn nights, nap transitions, toddler bedtime battles, everything. You will know how to choose the right method for each family, how to problem solve when things aren't going as planned, and how to navigate through the nuances that parents face every single day. And because you've already worked with 5 volunteer families, again, you're going to graduate feeling like a consultant, not a student. You are going to have the confidence that will set you apart from others. You will be ready to step into client work right away from the moment that you get certified. And here's the thing: the content of most legitimate pediatric sleep consultant programs should actually look fairly similar. If you're seeing a drastic change from one program to the next, that should raise a red flag for you. Why? Because this field is built on research and best practices. Nobody is making this up. Nobody should be reinventing the wheel. The foundations come from years of science and proven methods. What sets programs apart isn't the content, it's the delivery: how you're taught, how you're supported, and how you get to practice. And again, that is where we absolutely shine. From day one, you are applying what you learn through experiential based learning, not just theory. And before you graduate, you will work with at least 5 volunteer families under our mentorship, so you leave with real world experience, not just head knowledge. And on top of that, your education doesn't stop at graduation. Since 2018, we've hosted monthly expert workshops with pediatricians, psychologists, lactation consultants, and more. That ongoing exposure to specialists and real life practice is what transforms you from someone who is curious about sleep into somebody confident enough to call themselves a pediatric sleep consultant. So if you've been stuck Googling and guessing what is actually inside a sleep certification, now you know, at least with ours. So we cover everything from newborn sleep to toddler struggles to medical red flags. We teach you how to build sleep plans and walk you through case scenarios. We give you mentorship and feedback, and we require you to work with real families before you graduate. You don't need a prior background in medicine or education. You just need the right training, support, and practice. And that is exactly what our program gives you. I hope this gave you the clarity that you've been looking for as you've been in research mode. And if you're curious about what is possible for you in this field, I cannot wait for you to see it unfold. So head on over to our show notes and watch our free video series that is going to give you a deeper breakdown of how all of this works and what your next steps would look like. You can also head to thecradlecoachacademy.com/workshop for the direct access to that. So I am so happy that you were here with me today, and I cannot wait to see you on next week's episode.